Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show where we talk about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're going to talk about why I think Mario Kart World hasn't justified its price tag, or more so why Nintendo hasn't justified the price tag for the game. We recently had a Mario Kart World Direct. It was like a glorified advert, to be honest. There was nothing new in it. So today I want to kind of break down and figure out why they think that price is for the game and why I don't think it is. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to list just what's in the game, what we know about, stuff like that. So this Mario Kart essentially has a Grand Prix mode, so that's fine. We've got Knockout Tour, we've got Free Roam, what else we've got Battle Mode. Not sure how much content's in Battle Mode, but we know it's there. We've got Time Trials, we've got the 24 player is new, 24 players. I'm not going to include new items. What else? We've got the rewind mode, photo mode, I guess. And this is the main chunk of the game. Obviously there's the chat functionality, and obviously online I'm just including as part of this. The chat functionality is really it's cool, but I'm not even going to include that as part of the game. So, we know that there are 8 cups. So there's 8 cups for that, there's this 8 for that as well. And so you're getting probably a fair amount of content for this game. But this Grand Prix has been in every single Mario Kart game ever. So we know that this can't be the thing that's adding to the price. Obviously, higher fidelity visuals, more animations, things like that. And we also know that Battle Mode, Time Trials, these are the things that have been in the game before. So the new things that we know about that have been added into Mario Kart Tour, World, not Tour, Knockout Tour, Free Roam, Rewind and Photo Mode. So these things, this and this, I'm just whatever. They are cool additions. I think they're a really, really cool thing to have in the game. But really right now, the big things in the game are Knockout Tour and Battle Mode that have been added in. So this 24 racer, everyone gets knocked out, like your Battle Royale mode, and then your standard Grand Prix, and then Free Roam, which is the mode that lets you just explore the map. So, with that in mind, what is it that Nintendo clearly have put all this time and effort into? It's the big open world. It's everything, it's interconnection, which is where I think the price tag is coming from, which is fine. But what they've done with Free Roam is they've added in here missions and collectibles and stuff. So this is their quote unquote big single player mode, in the sense that you will drive around, you'll explore the map, you'll find goods and things like that, and they'll either unlock stuff, probably cosmetics, or just have a checklist of things for you to do. Now, I'm not completely against this idea, but I think my issue is this game doesn't do enough to justify having that price tag when Grand Prix and Battle Mode and Time Trial have all been beforehand. Knockout Tour is just those strips between each of the levels. The 24 players and the infrastructure for the online, if that's pretty good, then yeah, I can see the money there being fair enough. Rewind's cool and Photo Mode's cool, but we're going from a game in Mario Kart 8 that has Grand Prix, that has a stupid amount of tracks in it, more than any other Mario Kart ever. So, not that this is a downgrade, I don't see this as a downgrade, this is a side grade. The jump between Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and this is what you expect from a normal sequel. They're going bigger and better, that's the plan. But, if you'd actually put in a mission mode, and not included that in Free Roam, and maybe added in, there's some stuff here that I'm not factoring in, I don't know how many unlockable characters there are, or carts or whatever, so there's probably stuff to do for people. But essentially this isn't the big step that I think Nintendo thinks it is. In terms of it being open world, yeah, I guess that's new for Mario Kart, and that's probably where they're putting all the money and saying, hey, this is why we value this higher. But had it had a track editor or a single player mode, even if it was a short single player mode of 5 hours, that would then justify more of the price that they put against it. As of right now, £75 for this game doesn't cut it. And the reason why it frustrates me is that, like a lot of things in life, most people are okay paying multiple payments for something over an extended period of time, because it's cheaper to do that rather than paying one massive lump sum. This game has yet to do this, has yet to basically convince people that this is worth dropping the best part of £100 on, which is what it is. You know, most video games that I have bought over the years are anywhere between £30 to £50, right? And that's a lot more reasonable and a lot more palatable. When you basically have to drop down, if you say $80, £75 on a game, and it's not a special edition, it doesn't come with anything, like, you've got to justify that price. Had it had Grand Prix, had it had Knockout Tour, Free Roam, and then like a side mission mode or some kind of single player mode, or had the Grand Prix been 16 cups instead of 8, I know that there's 16 in total with Knockout Tour, that's a lot more content packed in for your value. But I just don't think this game does a very good job either, if there's stuff missing, showing off what that value is, or just giving that kind of value to the players. Dropping £50 at the beginning and then dropping £20 to £30 more on like track passes or battle passes or whatever it is, right, that's a lot more palatable for people. Combining that price here, because there's no announcements of like post content, I imagine it will happen, and I imagine this game will end up with a lot of tracks in it. But you could have included that, or at least hinted at that, by showing that off in the direct. Right now, we have a game that, like, and look, yes, I haven't played the game, I fully appreciate that, but if we're looking at what content this game has versus Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's not that much different, right? Free roam has to be significantly, like, fun, and have a ton of things to do in it that people want to do for it to justify this price. That's how I'm looking at it. If free roam is this like single player experience of just exploring and finding things out, you need to make sure that a lot of that stuff is worth doing and people are going to want to do it. And I think that's where I land on it right now. Like, yes, I've bought the bundle, or pre-ordered the bundle with Mario Kart, because I get the game for £30 in the UK rather than paying for £75 of it. Of course, that's what I'm going to do. And then the fact that Nintendo have also said that this bundle is probably going to last up until the end of the year, or sometime near the end of the year, and they're getting rid of it, that feels kind of bad, man. And I think that's the problem, is that the game itself could be phenomenal, but that asking price, and that's a lot of Nintendo arrogance right on show. Right? I think this is disgusting that you want to charge that much for a game that is just the next one in Mario Kart. There isn't this huge leap. Graphically, it looks lovely. There's a ton of content already in the game, but it's not like there's a big brand new feature. The big features here are it's open world and it's Knockout Tour. Is that enough to justify the price? And I think that comes down to the individual. For me, if you're not getting the bundle, I don't know if I'd want to spend that on any game. Like to somebody, it's going to be worth the value, right? Somebody's going to get 200 hours. But equating that money to time over time, it still comes back to that dropping that lump sum. You know, you look at a really random example, but I'm going to just say like now, like, you know, people buying a house. It's easy for people to spend money a little bit over months, but dropping a huge lump sum on it is difficult for a lot of people. And that's what it's going to be like with games. If you have the ability to pay a smaller price now and then you can add that content in later, or having those options, I think people will be willing to do it over time, because then they can spread out the cost. But drop it, you know, having games, and this won't be the only one, having games at that price is a big ask, and I just don't see it with Mario Kart right now. So it's going to be interesting to see how well this game actually does when it comes out, and if people are willing to pay that price. I think a lot of people will get the bundle, especially in this country, so we shall see. But that's my thoughts on it. Like, regardless of how good the game is, I do still think Nintendo have been really bad. I think there's really bad marketing, really bad decisions and arrogance to put this game at this price, and I just don't think they've justified it. But I will give my honest opinions when I get around to playing the game, and I will let everybody know what I think of the game when it comes out, and if I change my mind on that, we shall see. But that's going to do it for me today then, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content like this, then hit subscribe. And until then, I will see you next video.